On today's show, we check out a drone made of almost entirely biodegradable materials.
Sony PlayStation unveils their new streaming service, and it's amazing. I'm excited.
And we take a look at a bike path inspired by Van Gogh's Starry Night. It glows. It's Tomorrow Daily. Greetings, citizens of the internet, and welcome to Tomorrow Daily, the best geek talk show in the known universe. Kale's working on his fight moves. I don't know what's going on. I'm your host, Ashley Scala. Join me as always, Kale Anonymous.
Yeah, you got whooped in Mario Kart last night.
This morning, producer Logan got too good at Mario Kart, and I lost one race.
For those of you that haven't
No, I lost more than one race.
For those of you that haven't been keeping up to date, Ashley is notorious for her prowess in Mario Kart.
I'm a very serious Mario Kart player.
So it was a great defeat, a great fall for her today. So hopefully these stories will pick you up and make you feel better again.
It will. He will be crushed. Producer Logan is listening. He will be crushed soon enough. Okay, on that note, let's hit the headlines. I feel like delivering malice is much better when you're smiling.
Yeah.
Just like, he will be crushed.
It's terrifying, really. Okay, so you're really excited about this one. So
this is really cool. Okay, so there is a biodegradable drone out there. It's a biodrone, that's what they're calling it. So this drone is created by a team in the NASA Ames Research Center, and the woman who led this team, her name is Lynn Rothschild. This is the first biological drone. This is the material it's made out of. They're growing it right now. This is the company Ecovative Design. And what they're doing in this video is they're growing this kind of custom biodegradable material called mycelium. And it's a root-like fungal material.
Okay.
So kind of like mushrooms, like a fungus. It's a fungal material. So there it is. And they use Ecovative Design actually uses this material for a couple of other things like shipping wine, like packing wine and stuff.
Oh.
They use it in surfboard cores because it's biodegradable. It's like really interesting that they're kind of using these things. So they're really working on all kinds of crazy stuff.
Why are they doing this?
Well, so one of the things about using a drone is that let's say, for example, you wanted to research an ecologically delicate place. So let's say you wanted to take it maybe into like a part of the Amazon that is a very ecologically sensitive location, and maybe your drone crashes. Well, now you have this pile of nuts and bolts.
Just leave it there.
That's just not going to decompose. It's just going to sit there, and it could become toxic it could imbalance the system. And this would, in effect, dissolve and become part of the land. You would see, I think she mentioned, this woman, Lynn Rothschild, mentioned that it would just sort of look like melted sugar on the ground. Like it would just look like a little pile of goo. Now, there are parts of it, like the propellers, the rotors, controls, and the battery, not yet biodegradable, but they're hoping at some point to be able to replace them by biology. And if we have a picture of it, the actual drone, like I don't know if we actually pulled one, but
oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
it's really neat. So and they said that you know, obviously if you wanted to put a camera, one of the other uses that they had mentioned was a little more nefarious than ecological, is spying. Of course, you would send it into enemy territory. If it crashed, you wouldn't want people to know that you had been spying, so it would just dissolve.
Yeah, usually when you're spying, you're not supposed to say that that's what you're going to use it for.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, the NASA Ames Research Center, I don't think is planning on, going and spying on other people's space exploration stuff. I think they're all pretty in cahoots with each other, the space agencies of the world. So, so they're pretty on the up and up. But you got to tell me about PlayStation Vue, because I read a tiny bit about it, but this is very interesting.
Okay, so Sony and PlayStation dropped, depending on the way you think about it, a little firecracker or a giant atom bomb of a news today in PlayStation Vue.
This seems like a very big difference.
Yes, this is the, I think it was the first cable provider that isn't like, it's not going through a cable service.
Oh.
It's basically their own cable service. Now, basically that means through your PlayStation, you're going to be able to pay a small fee, a monthly small fee.
Well, I don't know. Sony likes not small fees.
Maybe not small, but a monthly fee in which you'll be able to have certain channels instead of having a cable service.
Okay. So and we're seeing on the TV, so we're seeing some channels that we're all familiar with.
Okay, so there's going to be 75 channels at launch. CBS, Fox, NBC Universal, Discovery, Scripps, and Viacom. So
all
that's
those
MTV.
corporation, Comedy Central.
Yeah. So Animal Planet, Oxygen, Sci-Fi, Food Network, Comedy Central, stuff like that. So Comedy Central's good. I did not see
Food Network.
Yeah, that's for you.
Sci-Fi.
I did not see Cartoon Network or like Adult Swim or anything like that, which is a big oversight.
I also did not see AMC.
AMC.
No Walking Dead.
But again, that's just
No
at
HBO.
launch. This is just at launch. So you don't need a cable service provider.
Oh,
again.
okay. Just an internet connection.
Just internet. They're
Interesting.
promising no commitments, which means that you won't have to do it like a yearly promise thing.
Oh, no contracts.
Though I bet they'll be like, oh, month to month, but it's cheaper if you do it by the year.
Of course. Just like PlayStation Plus. It's cheaper if you just buy it in a year package.
Yeah, but PlayStation's trying to just have everything all in one place. We won't know. Again, the reason I say it's either a firecracker or an atom bomb is how many people adapt this.
Right, very
because
true.
Because it could interfere with the cable service providers who are ancient.
Great.
So,
I'm ready to sign up. I'm going to download it tonight.
Exactly. So really?
I'm going to get it tonight.
Well, you can't.
Oh.
Because it's rolling out to only a few cities. It's going to start rolling out to New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, and then Los Angeles and stuff like that. It's going to be coming to the iPad too, which I think
non-Sony device. That's interesting.
It's pretty good. It's set to launch in Q1 of 2015, so it's pretty soon. So if you're asking for something for Christmas and you want to skip the cable service providers, you can get a PlayStation 4. It's going to be a PS4, PS3.
Okay.
So,
and PlayStation 3.
Oh,
okay,
I want to tell you about the DVR because another exciting thing that everybody likes about cable is I don't have to just sit there and watch it when it's live, right?
Yeah, very true.
So it kind of has a built-in cloud DVR.
Interesting.
Okay, so if you're an on-demand person, the videos, the shows will be on demand for about 3 days, so you don't have to DVR it. But if you are a DVR person, you can set it to DVR and it'll save in the cloud for 28 days.
Wow, so like
It's
you could
almost a
just
month.
record something, it would go to the cloud, and then there's is it unlimited storage? I think it is.
Yeah, so far. Right now, unlimited, so it says no, without storage online limitations. So,
great.
I mean, this all sounds pretty good, like an all-in-one, service provider.
Yeah.
It's month to month. You don't have to buy a cable box.
It's going to depend on price.
Yes.
And availability of channels.
Yeah, price and availability of channels. And they don't, another big key thing is they do not have major specialty ones like HBO or
ESPN.
Showtime or
probably
or
not
nothing
ESPN
like
or Fox Sports.
I'm sure they're going to do just like cable service providers and make those
bundle
extra.
it together.
But this is one of my favorite things to talk about. This is a step forward into not having everything streaming.
Everybody
which
offers
I
everything.
love.
That is nice. Okay, so brings us to the hashtag of the day, the question of the day. We want you guys to use the hashtag TDVue, VUE, because that's how you spell it.
Yeah, TDVue.
And we want you to tell us what would it take for you to dump cable entirely or whatever it is that you're currently using and use Vue.
Nothing is stopping me from doing that. The price, again, we don't know the price. I think how much do you pay for cable?
I think for me it would be channel selection and price. Those are the two big things.
How much do you pay for cable?
I think we pay because we have like a triple play with Verizon. So we have Fios and then we have the TV, which I don't know. I think it's like maybe $80 a month.
Yeah, $80 a month.
Plus HBO.
Okay.
90.
Right.
We pay like $10 a month for HBO.
I think they'll be able to cut that cost a little bit because you're already paying for the PlayStation.
I mean, the thing is I think the big argument is everybody goes, well, I don't watch 90% of the cable channels that I have to subscribe to get like the 4 that I want. Like I know that if we didn't want BBC America, we could go one step down, which would drop us like
40-something
channels. But because we want to watch Doctor Who, we have to subscribe to the extreme package.
The reason I say I would totally do it is because I'm already watching Hulu on my PlayStation 4 or my PlayStation 3, and I'm already watching Netflix. And
the Netflix interface on PlayStation is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox One has already been making a play at this sort of media, but you have to plug in your cable box. So they're working with the cable.
This is not only dangerous for the cable companies, but also things like Apple TV and Roku and stuff like that.
Because if you can just have a PlayStation that does all that stuff.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is this is potentially a big thing,
Yeah.
but if nobody adopts it, it's a firecracker.
It's gonna
and
be
it's
a
just
fail.
another thing that PlayStation was just like, we tried it.
But I appreciate the effort, Sony,
I
either
really
way.
appreciate the effort. I'm not even a fanboy, but it was
I just
Xbox
appreciate
tried
your
their own
trying.
little studios, so.
Just try, guys. Give it the old college
So
try.
let us know what you think of that,
Yeah,
and
tell us.
and also what it would take for you to cross over to that.
TDVue.
TDVue. There you go.
Do you ride bikes?
Yeah, I do.
bicycles.
Yeah. I love bikes.
So this is amazing.
Like
this
pedal-
is so
pedal bicycles.
cool. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to use this as the thumbnail for today's show because it is so awesome looking.
Oh, cool.
This is something that is not necessarily changing the world dramatically,
Bummer.
but it makes the world a little bit more amazing, I think. So this is we've mentioned Studio Roosgaard before in the show, but they're back in the news for this amazing bike path. There it is.
Whoa.
Gorgeous. This bike path is in the Netherlands. It's called the Van Gogh Roosgaard Bicycle Path. It's not very creative, but the bike path itself is very, very creative.
Okay.
It is based on the Starry Night painting, the one that we're all so very familiar with. If you've ever seen this painting online, I'm sure you have. Here you can see people touching it and writing on it and all this stuff. It's a 1 kilometer long section of a route that goes through the province where Van Gogh was born and raised. So it's very near where he was brought up. There are surface patterns on there. You can see there's like the spirals and these beautiful just sort of designs in this bike path.
It is very bright.
It is extremely bright. So they're coated with special paint and it grabs daylight, almost like, something that's glow in the dark or solar powered.
Right.
But this is kind of a cool thing. There are also extra LEDs along the sides of parts of the curves of the bike path. So they help illuminate them when maybe it's overcast and there's not enough energy to actually power these, like it'll add a little extra.
Nice.
So it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, it's super stunning. It's something that I would want. It's so beautiful, and this is a really great kind of example of how technology can make the world just a prettier place. Like, and I just really love this. Like, what a fantastic and whimsical way of giving people a beautiful, well-lit bike path. Like,
I
it's
always
just really
love
cool.
when you pick a science/art story.
I like those stories.
Yeah, it's really inspiring and just real cool.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and it just
this is
reminds us
beautiful.
that, like,
It's very beautiful.
It just reminds everybody that science doesn't need to necessarily have an end game. It doesn't need to have this, like, life-changing, earth-shattering function. It can just be beautiful and make people's lives happier or better.
Yeah.
In an aesthetic way.
I'm gonna get real hippie with it. I think that it's nice because it makes us kind of believe in magic again.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
But science
But
does, and it
somebody
did it,
did.
and then it just exists, and then I just have to be like, wow, they created this magical path just with magic. Like,
Yeah.
so-
With beautiful wizard magic
I love
from
it.
Hogwarts.
I love it.
But
Well
yeah,
done.
it's really
All right, cool.
So that's those are our headlines for today. We will be back. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, we're going to do a Back at Our Hackett. We have a really
yeah.
good one that we actually got to check out in person. And then, of course, your user feedback and our phone togger for the day. So don't click away. It's Tomorrow Daily. Check out this R2D2 bird.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back. Hello. Welcome back to the show. Kayla and I have decided we are cautious optimists.
Yeah.
We want to believe that things are going to be really great. Like PlayStation Vue, we're optimistic about it, but
Right.
cautious
Yeah.
at the same time.
Well, because it could hurt us, but it could really help us.
it could be really
somehow,
cool.
Yeah.
So every week we like to take a look at some cool crowdfunding project. This one in particular we really enjoyed because we actually got to check it out in person. So this is Back at Our Hackett. And of course, we are continuing our streak of things that we actually just really like. So
Oh yeah. We don't.
This
hate,
is
we don't hate
this
it.
is really neat. Though it's called Screens TV, continuing with the TV theme. This episode. This is really neat. So we got to check this out. It's on Indiegogo right now. This is what the box looks like. It's like a really cool looking kind of futuristic set-top box. It's not that big. You can see it in the bottom right of the screen there. It allows you, it's got 5 HDMI inputs, and it will
wow.
allow you to view all of those inputs all at the same time and interact with them on your TV screen
What?
and adjust the size of each of the screens.
Yes.
So it's actually a really clever user interface, and it's really easy to use. You can see this, they're using it, so they'll have like sports, and then they'll have, here's this football game on DirecTV, and then you have, like Xbox One, I'm playing Madden, and then I want to see all my fantasy football stuff in my browser, and then I want to see all the tweets about the, what's a football team that people like, the Patriots. So then you have all the tweets in there. Tom Brady, like, I want to see my Tom Brady tweets.
I want to play Halo and Call of Duty at the same time because I can't make up my mind.
Well, it's
all
like
right.
I want to play Call of Duty and harass people on Twitter all at the same time. Like, you can do that. So it's actually really cool. So and then there's the interface where you can actually like adjust all the different screens and stuff. So she'll like set it up. It's YouTube and Skype and all these other things. So that's what Screens TV is, and then I got to go check it out with producer Logan. There's me using it, and it was super easy to adjust everything, super easy to move stuff around with the iPad interface. It was really, I was very surprised at how easy it was to use. I thought it was going to be a little bit more counterintuitive. I was like, because of it's 5 different inputs, and this can get really messy, and but I was very impressed with how it worked.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What sound, or which do you have to pick the sound?
You can have sound on all of them via headphones or Wi-Fi. So it's like if you have, he was saying, I think something along the lines of like if you had like a headset working on your Xbox, you can like designate which input goes to it. So you can actually like delegate which one sound goes where.
What's the maximum amount of processes you can have at a time?
They have 5 inputs, so you can have 5 screens.
So it maxes out at 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he said you can daisy chain them. You'd be able theoretically you'd be able to daisy chain them.
You ever seen Back to the Future 2?
Yes.
Do you remember how Marty had this screen with multiple televisions on it?
That's exactly. It was a lot like that.
He came in and he goes watching a little TV.
Yeah.
And it's like a bunch. Yeah,
and
that's
there's
cool.
like 15 shows going on.
2015's coming together.
It was really cool. So if you want to get in on this, they just started their Indiegogo today.
Okay.
Which is congrats on your launch. And it's $399 for early backers. So if you want to get one, it's $399 for the base model of screens, which is the box, and it's 4 gigs of onboard storage.
Oh, not bad. Yeah.
Which 4 gigs, it's fine, but they also have upgradable storage. Okay. Like I believe it's like $100 more for I think either 32 or 64. But it goes all the way up to I think 128 gigs. Like
what am I storing?
You can go way up. You can actually like I think they were saying you could load like themes and stuff. I'm really being terrible at this, but there were other processes that I'm sure you could load into screens.
Okay. All right.
They also have HTML5 available for canvas programming. So like, let's say, for example, there was like a theme that was like, the Cleveland Browns like put together. I'm making all these weird football references. Put together a package for screens where you could choose a theme that would give you your the game, and then it would have like your fantasy football information, Twitter, like all this stuff that follows like Cleveland Browns or whatever, and then it would all be overlaid on this like kind of not interactive but sort of like a themed framing.
That
like
is,
you could see a theme.
That
framing.
is pretty cool.
It was really neat. I thought it was really interesting, and honestly, like there are a lot of people who kind of like, doesn't everybody have a house where it's like the living room is still the TV everyone wants to use?
Yeah.
Like it's like even when I was a kid, we had a TV in our bedroom, but I always wanted to use the living room TV because it always seemed better. So this would allow people to use.
Well, I'm a terrible gamer. I usually put up my video game and then like watch a movie on an iPad. Never really
so you'd be
give
able to
the
do
full
that.
focus to anything. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they were showing that. It was just like, okay, so you have like, let's say you have 3 things going on at once. You have like Twitter happening, and then maybe you're playing a game, and then you have a movie going on, or live TV or whatever.
That's actually really cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was really neat, and they're looking to ship in December of next year, so it's about a year out the delivery of the box.
So get it for next Christmas.
But they were saying if you get in early backer, you get access to like betas and like early access to a lot of things that are going on, and they'll really obviously keep you in the loop on all the development and stuff.
Cool.
So it's pretty neat.
Right on.
I thought it was cool. Anyway, that's Screens TV. So I say yes. I say it's great. I'd back it.
Yeah, I would too. I like the idea of having multiple stuff on the screen.
I have an attention problem. Yeah, we have an attention
future.
problem.
I need this type of thing.
We have no attention span, you guys.
Nope.
Okay, well, now that we are done talking about Back It or Hack It, let's talk about you. It's time for your user feedback. Short attention span is short. It's all over the joint.
Yep.
So yesterday we asked you guys to just tweet nice things to the ESA and to Philae and Rosetta and use the hashtag TDRosetta, and you guys really did. I picked 3 of my favorites. Shannon wrote, "Congrats, TD Rosetta and all who were involved." And then Jay Wallen said, congrats and good work. And also tagged the ESA, so good job. And then Rick actually told a joke. He said, what did Rosetta say to Comet 67P? You spin my head right round. Yeah, so I thought that was funny. That was good. I really hope they can figure out Philae. Did you hear the update? So it's sitting on 2 legs. One of the legs is up.
Uh-oh.
And they're not really sure if they can fire the harpoon because it might actually launch the thing off the comet to anchor it into the ground.
Yeah.
And it's also going to run out of batteries in 2 days if it doesn't get enough sun. And they're saying where it is right now is up against sort of a rock face, like a formation that is blocking most of its sun. I think they said something like it's 30 minutes of sun every 12 or 90 minutes of sun every 12 hours, which is not enough to power the battery. So they're going to try to do some of the functions and hope that it kind of pops it into a place where it can get a little more sunlight, but they're saying they might actually lose it. They might die. The batteries could die. You guys, we got to work on battery technology. The batteries could die in the next 2 days if they can't.
All those calculations to get there,
just to have the battery
slingshotting
die,
off of planets,
Mars. Yeah, I know.
And then it landed weird.
And the battery's gonna die.
Oh my God.
It's so frustrating. So, but we'll see. We'll keep you posted. But yeah, I saw that this morning and I'm like, man, I can't believe. I mean, it's amazing that they even got it there in the first place. Incredible. But man, how does that? I'm sure that feels like just it stings.
The guy that made the harpoons is fired.
Yeah, you're like, not.
Yeah, I think I did the harpoons.
They're
good.
so remember that time that the harpoons didn't fire? Well, you are now actually fired.
Oh, call yourself a harpoon because you're not fired.
Yeah. You know how you're not like a harpoon?
NASA.
You're fired.
There you go.
All right, so it is time for our last piece of user feedback, our photographer of the day. We're gonna have to try that joke again on Monday.
Yeah, but we just recycle our jokes anyway. So
we do. It's you know what? We're all about eco-friendly jokes. We recycle here.
Jokes.
Assad V or a Z writes to us and says, "Dear Tomorrow Daily crew, my name is Assad Z. I'm a staff engineer at Mentor Graphics, Lahore. I discovered your show a couple days ago. I'm hooked. Now I'm watching past episodes. Good job. I'm sending 2 pictures, both of them taken with my Samsung Galaxy S4 with no editing. I hope you will like one of them enough to include in your show. The photo, mommy and baby, was taken in Lahore, Pakistan."
That's a great name for it.
I know, it's on the left. This is the place where I went to buy clay soil for my front lawn, which purchased. It delivers on these trolleys.
Oh.
The second photo is a view from my office window after a rainstorm. At the very background, you can notice lights from Lahore Airport, which is actually 12 kilometers away. Then on the left, a rainbow is starting to appear. Sending best of wishes all the way from Lahore, Pakistan. Bye. So that's Assad.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really awesome pictures.
Nice.
And we have a viewer in Pakistan. That's cool.
Yeah. That's great.
They're just
you
guys are
watching,
everywhere.
yeah.
Thanks for watching the show.
I didn't know our harpoons launched that far to grab onto new viewers.
Yeah, they do.
We'll get a joke. We'll get a harpoon joke in here somewhere.
Maybe Kale will get one at some point.
Yeah,
but
after we cut.
But guess what, guys? It's not going to be today because that's the end of the show. So if you want to send over your hashtag of the day, you want to send over tips, story ideas, you can send them over to tomorrow@cnet.com. Feel free to send over your photography as well. Tell us a little story about it, just like Assad did today. And if you absolutely hate email, you can always find us on social media. We're Tomorrow Daily on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Tomorrow Daily TV over on Google+.
Yeah, and YouTubers, I'm talking to you. I talk to you guys all the time in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I say that because even I forget to do that sometimes.
That's true.
But subscribe so that you can get updates on the Tomorrow Daily. See, it's a daily show. So don't forget to do that and leave a comment because I'm going to start pulling those for the show.
Yes.
Don't forget to check our art.
Loves you guys.
I do. I love those guys.
He does.
I'd be like, yeah, you'll never believe what Wrench Monkey 43 said.
He comes in every day and he's like, oh, did you see this comment by so-and-so?
But anyway, you're part of the group as well as the people on CNET. Don't forget to check out every day, Monday through Thursday. Tomorrow there's no show.
Nope.
But we will see you again on Monday. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
I'm Ashley Sketh on Twitter.
And I'm Kale Namas on Twitter. Is there anything else we need to plug?
No, but be good humans.